In today's show, quick and healthy meals at home, some helpful wedding planning tips, and commemorating the loss of young lives. In the past 10 years, 50,000 children have been the victims of accidental shootings. Recently, the Committee for the Silent March gathered to remember those that lost their lives to gun accidents. Peter Henderson has the story.
If one child killed by a gun is a tragedy, the estimated 50,000 kids killed in the past 10 years is a national epidemic. It was hard today for Catherine Murphy, a New York City police officer whose son Chris was accidentally killed last December. He'd gone to a friend's house to play.
20 minutes later, there's a loud knock on the door, and it's the little boy next door, and he says, "I shot Christopher." And he says, "What do you mean?" He says, "I shot him. I didn't know the gun was loaded."
I'm here because there are so many children dying because of guns.
Yvonne Hope, also from New York City, also lost a son.
And it's up to us as adults to make this world safe for our children. And the gun manufacturers have to take responsibility. So we have to care. We have to stop this. It's up to us to stop our children from killing one another.
Shoes of victims of gun violence were displayed, a vivid reminder they were real people living real lives. Organizers chose Springfield because it is the home of gun manufacturer Smith & Wesson. They say gun makers could and should do more to make guns safer and less accessible. While this event is billed as a silent march, organizers hope the message that goes out from here is loud and clear. A message that guns kill. A message that gun manufacturers and gun owners alike have a responsibility and an obligation to help stop the bloodshed. In Springfield, Massachusetts, Peter Henderson reporting.
Everyone has felt tired or fatigued, but what they may not realize is that many cancer patients experience debilitating fatigue, often associated with their treatment. The Oncology Nursing Society has developed a series of programs to help patients cope with this serious and often overlooked side effect. Alice Look tells us what patients can do to manage their fatigue.
Fatigue is the most common side effect of cancer. While treatments such as surgery, chemotherapy, or radiation are vital to cancer recovery, they can lead to anemia. And for patients like Joan Summer, the primary symptom is fatigue.
This was an overwhelming exhaustion where even having to change my newborn's diaper, I had to plan out, I had to rest, and then I had to attempt to do it, and then the simple act of doing it, I would be exhausted. I couldn't do another thing after that.
Joan is not alone. A national survey shows that nearly 80% of cancer patients say they experience fatigue so severe it negatively impacts their lives.
So much has been done in early detection of cancer and prevention of cancer and in the treatment of cancer. But the side effects, the symptoms of cancer, particularly fatigue, still remain a terrible problem, both under-recognized and under-treated.
If you have cancer fatigue, there are things you can do to lessen its effects, including eating right, exercising, getting frequent breaks, getting enough sleep, and seeking psychological counseling to help you cope. Also, ask your doctor to check your red blood cell count. If it's low, you could have anemia. The Oncology Nursing Society says patients and doctors need to realize that fatigue and anemia are serious but treatable side effects of cancer.
After I was treated for my anemia with a medication, I was able to drive them to school. I was able to get outside and perhaps take a short walk with them. I was able to help them with their homework.
According to experts, children are learning to swim at younger and younger ages, some even before learning to walk. A new era of swim instruction has uncovered that by making learning fun and child-centered, teaching a child to swim can be especially rewarding for both parent and child. Lynn Thompson dives in with the details.
These are the sounds of children learning to swim. Over the years, many teaching approaches have been tried with mixed levels of success. This nurturing child-centered approach, where kids have fun as they learn, is achieving startling results. Virginia Hunt Newman is considered the mother of infant swimming.
My philosophy of teaching babies to swim is to do it in a very loving, happy atmosphere where the children are having fun in the water, They look forward to their swimming lessons.
To see for ourselves, we visited the renowned Lifestyle Swim School in Boca Raton, Florida, and spoke with Rob McKay.
We really believe in a child-centered focus. We tell the parents to come in and enjoy each class for its own sake, letting the swimming unfold at its own natural pace. The children have their own frame of reference, and if we come down to their level with songs, games, special adventures, toys, they relate so well to the lesson that they begin to relax, and it makes the teaching process so natural and enjoyable.
Not only have swim lessons become more fun, now there's swimwear that makes it more fun for young children to be in the water.
Well, with disposable diapers on my daughter, they blow up like a beach ball. It's just no fun.
In fact, many public pools and beaches no longer allow disposable diapers. One solution is disposable swim pants for boys and girls. These new little swimmers from Huggies are designed to protect kids like diapers, but not swell up and burst like waterlogged diapers and training pants. Besides proper swimwear, expert instructor Rob McKay has these suggestions. Visit the swim school first and see that they move at the child's individual pace. Focus on having fun. Encourage parental participation. Offer a group format and keep the pool water above 85 degrees. Learning to swim is most rewarding when the focus is on your child and you both have fun in the water. This is Lynn Thompson reporting.
Electronics are an ever-growing part of our daily lives. But can they help decorate your home? Some of the country's top interior designers are proving that electronics can be practical and beautiful. Stacy Kahn has the inside story on the annual Decorators Show House in New York City.
High tech has become high style, and more interior designers feel technology can fit right in with any decor.
It completely enhances a room. We have the upholstery, we have the carpets, we have the curtains, we have the lighting. Okay, now what about the atmospherics? What about the sound? What about how the room is used? And that's all through electronics.
Electronics can add beauty to a room or can literally fade right into the woodwork.
There's a complete spectrum of design, and that technology has every right to play in that full spectrum. And so you see that some of our products have wonderful, sleek, high-tech, ergonomic kind of feels to them.
High tech can transform a traditional study into a state-of-the-art home office with a 42-inch flat TV.
Instead of a study being sort of an interior, confining, solitary space, it's a space that can be that and also, you know, be a window onto the world.
Even a bachelor's bedroom can blend old-world charm with new-age conveniences.
TV's getting to be trimmer and sleeker and much more, you know, almost like a piece of sculpture at this point.
And something's cooking in this kitchen where a web TV enables you to surf the net while serving up dinner.
I think people are accepting that it's part of the decor. It's part of the whole design of the space. Appliances of all kinds are having to be more streamlined, more user-friendly, and better looking. They simply have to fit into more kinds of spaces.
This is Stacy Kahn reporting.
Every bride-to-be fantasizes about her wedding day, and more than 2 million weddings will be celebrated this year. Making those fantasies a reality can take months of planning and often leaves the bride feeling stressed, confused, and overwhelmed. Joining us today to offer some planning tips to help ease the pressures of planning the perfect wedding is Leah Feldon, style authority, correspondent to People magazine, and top-selling author. Welcome, Leah.
Hi, Pat.
What is your #1 wedding planning suggestion?
Well, I always say plan ahead. It is so important. You can't start early enough. If you could give yourself a year, I'd say do it, but at least 6 months. If you start leaving things to the last minute, it's going to make you very unhappy. You're going to forget things, so plan ahead.
How can we make our wedding more personal?
Well, you want to really think about what's important to you because you want your whole wedding to really reflect who you are and your sensibilities and your personal style and your taste. So think about that when it comes to everything across the board, where you're going to have the wedding, what kind of reception you're going to have, what kind of music you want, what kind of food you want catered, and maybe even most importantly, the bridal gown, because you're going to be seeing pictures of yourself in that bridal gown for the next 80 years and you want it to be right. And because accessories and bridal gowns are so important, we put together a little collection here for you to look at of the trends and ideas and kind of what's happening in bridal fashion today. Have a look. The latest elegant bridal wear calls for romantic, opulent accessories. Jewelry is as much a part of the wedding look as the dress. Today's brides are choosing jewelry that expresses their own personal style. Add a choker of traditional pearls with a sparkle of silver and voila! Your bridal gown takes a dramatic turn. Romance reigns supreme in both wedding dresses and accessories. Designers are mixing pearls and sterling silver for luxurious looks that are both affordable and ultra-fashionable. Brides aren't the only ones getting sentimental on the big day. A wedding-themed silver charm bracelet from the groom makes for a lasting reminder of that special day. Exchanging wedding bands is a symbolic expression of love. Silver gives your band a unique look and, for a romantic touch, engraved rings with a personal message. For brides wondering what to give their attendants, here's the key. Choose jewelry that complements their dresses. Surprise them with freshwater pearl and silver earrings or a bracelet. Both make thoughtful and affordable gifts to be worn again after the wedding. And don't forget to pass your fashion tips on to the next bride.
Leah, thanks so much for joining us. Those were some great tips.
You're welcome, Pat.
Coming up next, gardening help from a very unlikely source. And how healthy are doctor-patient relationships today?
In professional football, you expect to get hit, so you prepare for it. Unfortunately, every year nearly 2 million Americans suffer permanent brain and spinal cord injuries by not taking a few simple precautions, like knowing how deep the water is, or skateboarding, biking, or skating with a protective helmet. As a parent, I know kids don't always think first when it comes to safety, so we have to. Insist your kids wear a protective helmet, and don't start the car until everybody's buckled up. Safety only takes a second, but lasts a lifetime.
Imagine a desert of ice more than 3,000 miles wide. What secrets does this land hold to help us unlock the mysteries of our everyday lives? And what creatures can withstand the extreme temperatures of this harsh polar region known as Antarctica?
Join the National Science Foundation in this year's celebration of science and technology with a look at our polar connections. Call 1-800-682-2716 today and help your children discover the polar regions and the mysteries they hold.
In her short life, Tara Lipinski has accomplished more feats than most people twice her age. She became the youngest woman to win a gold medal in ladies figure skating at the Winter Olympics in Nagano, Japan, performed throughout the world, and even wrote a book. So what's next for Tara? Well, on May 12th, she held a press conference to announce an exclusive endorsement with Snapple to promote their new product line. She also debuted as a pro in the Skate, Rattle, and Roll, a made-for-TV event in Charleston, North Carolina. Preparing a healthy home-cooked meal isn't as hard as it used to be. Today, there are many brands of ready-made foods or takeout that are good-tasting and good for you. Joining us today to tell us about how we can prepare a meal at home without cooking for hours is Marcy Rothman from the Western Research Kitchens. Hi, Marcy. What do you have for us today?
Today we're going to be talking about something that is very near and dear to my heart. It happens to be home meal replacement. And you know, one of the easiest things that's on the market right now for home meal replacement happens to be Chinese takeout. And Chinese takeout from Panda Express, it's one of my favorites. But one of the most important things to remember when you're doing takeout food is to actually find a pretty bowl for it so that when you bring it home, you can present it well. And that's half the trick of being able to take something that is home meal replacement, which is something that you pick up that's convenient on the way home from the office, that's healthy, and put it in so that when you serve it to your family, you have actually a very, very nice looking meal that you didn't have to cook and that was very, very quick, easy, and very, very tasty. Now, one of my other favorite home meal replacements happens to be it's Ready Pack, and it's a salad that you can find in your produce section, and there are a number of varieties of them, but this one happens to be mixed with some red, you can see some red cabbage, and it's a wonderful, wonderful way to make a very quick meal, and a healthy one at that. And let's see, I'm going to put on my glasses, and we're going to talk about making a very easy dressing to go on this salad, because one of the nicest things about the salad is it's been washed 3 times, it's already cut for you, you have nothing to do but literally open up that that package. Oops. And we're going to put a little bit of herb in here. And we're going to put a squeeze of mustard. And we're going to make a little quick mustard vinaigrette that goes right onto the salad. And, you know, it's also nice to be able to add some of your own touches to the salad. And that can include something like chopped olives, just for a little bit of color and texture. Maybe a few garbanzo beans, if you happen to have them around. And again, for color, it's really whatever you happen to have in your cupboard, some kidney beans. And you can mix it all up, put it together. And actually, one of the nice things you can also do with this ready-packed salad is to stuff it into a pita along with some chicken. You could also add the chicken into the salad if you wished, and it would make a fabulous salad that had protein in it as well as just the salad. This is a great way to get your 5 a day in terms of your vegetables, and that is something that you really want to do because we're not eating enough of our greens and vegetables. So Ready-Pack is a terrific, terrific way. And one more thing that you can add into the salad is restaurant-style croutons. They are some of my favorite. You know, the salad that I used right here was the country garden variety, but there also happens to be a coleslaw, a baby spinach, there's a Milano, there's a number of varieties of ready-packed salad. And that's my salad trip for today.
With summer here, we all look for outdoor activities so we can enjoy the fresh air and sunshine. Recently, former President George Bush found his, a 31-foot power fishing boat. Here's more.
Several months ago, we saw him skydiving out of an airplane to commemorate his days of service in World War II. Now we see 73-year-old former President George Bush flying through the waves off the eastern seaboard at eye-watering speeds in excess of 70 miles per hour.
I like to go fast in boats. I feel relaxed in that.
This weekend, Bush christened his new high-performance 70-mile-an-hour, 31-foot Fountain Tournament Edition fishing boat, Fidelity 2, joining an elite group of blue water anglers with the skill, nerve, stamina, and desire to run at ultra-high speeds in big water in pursuit of their catch. Designed and built by legendary offshore racing world champion Reggie Fountain, the 31 Fountain Tournament Edition is considered by many as the world's premier high-performance fishing boat, having won 5 of the last 7 Southern Kingfish Association World Championships.
He's a wide open first-class president.
Boat handled well, and we got in a little fishing. But I learned a lot. Learned how to handle a boat, and you know, there's a lot of equipment here, and it was fun.
Custom built in Washington, North Carolina by Fountain Powerboats, Fidelity 2 is powered by a pair of revolutionary, environmentally friendly, twin 225 horsepower Mercury Optimax outboards. The boat is an amazing 20 to 30 miles per hour faster than most fishing boats in its class. The president, who plans 5 fishing trips per year, will use his new Fountain from his vacation home in Kennebunkport, Maine.
Hundreds of thousands of low-income or uninsured children go without the proper basic dental care each year. America's Promise is a national program led by Colin Powell that aims to connect at-risk youth to the resources they need. Jim Cameron has details in this report.
A smile is contagious. It speaks volumes about self-esteem and happiness. But for 16 million children on Medicaid, and for the millions of uninsured kids who fail to receive any dental care each year, a healthy smile is something they may have to live without. In fact, 70% of low-income children suffer from dental decay.
By volunteering my time with America's Promise, I've connected with children and with other healthcare providers like myself working in the community. Our objective is to make sure that every child is free of infection, pain, and low self-esteem that comes and is associated with poor oral health care.
America's Promise, a national initiative led by Colin Powell to help at-risk or uninsured and Medicaid-eligible youth, is taking a hands-on approach to the problem. Many leading corporations have joined the effort, such as Colgate-Palmolive, whose promise includes motivating thousands of dental professionals to volunteer their services.
Ensuring healthy dental care for children has always been a priority. Through the Bright Smiles, Bright Futures program, we have already reached 4.5 million children including an additional 500,000 at-risk children who may not have learned the importance of good oral health care, including proper brushing, flossing, healthy snacks, or visiting the dentist.
Each new volunteer dental professional will be encouraged to set specific annual goals, such as treating at least 15 dental uninsured children or 30 Medicaid-eligible children, placing 50 dental sealants to protect children from getting cavities, or educating 1,000 children about oral health habits. A healthy smile communicates confidence. It can contribute to better performance in school and success in life. With a combination of corporate and individual support, America's Promise hopes to give that advantage to every American child. This is Jim Cameron reporting.
Today's book of the month is Tyra's Beauty Inside and Out. In this refreshing and inspirational new book, Tyra Banks emphasizes the importance of internal beauty, taking care of yourself with a healthy diet, frequent exercise, and avoidance of drugs and alcohol. The book touches many topics that affect the lives of many readers. As Tyra explains, the first step in being beautiful is developing self-confidence. The book is on sale now. Following years of change in the healthcare system, many believed the doctor-patient relationship was deteriorating. A recent survey has revealed just the opposite. The doctor-patient relationship is healthy and strong. Joining us today to discuss the survey results is Dr. Mike McGee, Director of the Pfizer Medical Humanities Initiative. Hello, Dr. McGee, and welcome to the Health and Home Report.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Doctor, why was this study conducted?
Well, the Pfizer Medical Humanities Initiative is focused on the study and understanding of the patient-physician relationship. And we have this Pfizer initiative and the Pfizer research done in order to make certain that this relationship remains strong, because we think it's crucial in supporting scientific advances into the future.
What did the results of the new survey tell us, and what were the most important findings?
Well, the good news about the Pfizer research is that it tells us that the patient-physician relationship in America is healthy and stable and growing and going in the right direction. It's healthy in that we know that doctors and patients in the range of 90% are satisfied with the relationship. In fact, 60% of doctors and patients are extremely or very well satisfied. And it's stable in that the relationships are long-term relationships. 81% of the patients have long-term relationships. And when we spoke to the doctors, approximately 86% of their patients are long-term patients.
In light of the survey, what can patients do for themselves?
Well, patients today, I think, can first of all be honest and direct with their doctors. Secondly, I tell the patients, know thyself. By that I mean not only understand what types of conditions you might have and what medications you're on, but also what type of a plan for health do you want to have? What do you want to achieve by way of wellness? And lastly, I say, go for the relationship. Don't be satisfied simply in having your doctor be an advisor or a source of information. You can have much more than that. You can have compassion. You can have understanding. You can have the type of a vital partnership that allows you to sleep more easily at night.
What is the Pfizer Medical Humanities Initiative, and why have you chosen to go in this direction?
The Pfizer Medical Humanities Initiative is a research and educational initiative focused on understanding and supporting this relationship and focused on encouraging both humanistic and scientific care. The cornerstone of the initiative is the research. But in addition to the research, we'll be doing a series of town meetings across the country that provide constructive forums for dialogue. We have a website, www.positiveprofiles.com, and we have a number of publications, including a new book that I'll be bringing out in the fall that's titled The Covenant of Caring, which describes 25 doctors and 25 patients and their view, in their own words, of how valuable the relationship is to them.
Thank you so much, Dr. McGee, for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
And now, Americans spent billions of dollars on home gardens last year. Unfortunately, bad weather forced many to watch as their gardens washed away. Now, gardeners are turning to the Internet for help and advice on how to put their gardens back together. Tom DeVries has this report.
From heavy rains in the west to early spring in the east, wild winter weather has left gardeners seeking safe haven, and thousands have found it online. Kathy Pyle is one of many gardening experts who've brought their expertise to the Internet. She works for a website at garden.com. She's the garden doctor and has helped find remedies for thousands of online consumers with ailing greenery.
There is a lot of worry about pruning from frost damage and wind damage. I get quite a few pest and disease questions. When should I prune my roses? When should I prune my flowering shrubs? And it's so much easier for someone just to sit down and get on their computer and ask a question than to have to get in their car and drive someplace to find out.
Catherine Boyle would agree. She belongs to the fastest growing segment of the gardening population, those between 30 and 50 years of age. It's the group fueling the internet gardening craze. In fact, industry analysts say nearly half of all web surfers also garden.
I'd had more computer experience than gardening experience, so it was a good place to go learn about it.
Gardening websites are information hubs, putting people in touch with resources as well as with each other. Chat rooms are vastly popular as computers have become virtual backyard fences where gardeners share tips with neighbors worldwide. Another trend starting to bloom, internet landscape planning. This design program is first of its kind on the World Wide Web, and it's free.
With the Garden Planner, you can actually sit down, select the plants that you like for your specific situation, design them, move them around, change out colors of particular flowers. And then, when you're finished, you've got your own creation, your own garden.
It's a popular tool that allows gardeners to keep digging in the dirt year-round. Another reason why analysts say interest in online gardening will grow in the next few years. Rain or shine, the weather's always perfect in cyberspace. Tom DeVries reporting.
That's all for now. We hope you've enjoyed our show. If you have any comments about a story you've seen today or about our show in general, we would love to hear from you. Please write to Health and Home Report, 1430 Broadway, 9th floor, New York, New York, 10018. Or you can email us at information@westglen.com. Thanks for joining us. I'm Pat Murphy. We'll see you next time on Health and Home Report.